Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're digging into something really interesting from one of you, the learner.
Oh, yeah. What's the idea?
The suggestion is that basically everything,
Mm.
uh, subatomic particles, elements, compounds, mixtures,
Okay, the physical stuff.
right, but also concepts, like a think level or even a pain level.
Mm.
Could all of this just be seen as a level?
Huh. That's broad. That's broad. So the mission today is to sort of unpack that, see if it holds up philosophically, scientifically.
Exactly. See how it meshes with, how we already understand the universe. It sounds simple, maybe, but it actually touches on some really fundamental stuff.
It does. It really does. It sort of taps into how we naturally categorize things, doesn't it? Philosophically, it makes you think immediately of that old quest for what's really real, you know?
The ultimate foundation.
Yeah, exactly. Physicalism, for example, the idea that it all boils down to physics, or other views trying to fit consciousness into the picture.
Right. Is there even one fundamental level, or is it more fluid? Like your examples, the learner, they range so widely.
That's a great point. Relative fundamentality. Science often works with hierarchies, right? Atoms make molecules, molecules make cells. One level builds on the next.
Just like the listener's particle to element example.
Precisely. But philosophy also plays with different structures. Is it a flat reality, everything kind of equal, or are there inherent hierarchies? This level idea. Well, it could potentially fit either, depending on how you frame it.
So like your pain level example might be viewed differently depending on the philosophical starting point.
Absolutely. An existentialist might focus purely on the lived experience of that level. And thinking about unity, monism, the idea that it's all ultimately one thing.
How does level fit there?
Well, you could see each level as just a different way that single substance shows up, a different manifestation. It might even offer a way to think beyond the usual mind-matter split, kind of a neutral perspective.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Science uses this idea all the time, doesn't it? Biology, for instance.
Oh, definitely. The levels of organization, it's standard. Atoms, molecules, organelles, cells, tissues, organs, organisms, all the way up to the biosphere.
It's a direct parallel.
It is. And the key concept there is emergence. New properties pop up at higher level that you wouldn't predict just by looking at the lower ones.
Like consciousness from neurons.
Exactly. It's more than the sum of its parts. And it's all about these part-whole relationships moving up the scale.
And physics, similar idea. I mean, the listener mentioned Planck level, galaxy level.
Yeah, physics talks about levels of scale, from the unbelievably tiny Planck length up to, well, the whole cosmos. Different scales, different rules often apply. Quantum mechanics down low, general relativity up high.
So the laws themselves can be level dependent.
Right. And don't forget ecology, organism, population, community, ecosystem, biosphere, another clear hierarchy. Your food level or health level ideas could slot right in there, showing how everything's interconnected.
Okay, but what about the more abstract ones? Think level, pain level, that feels different.
Yeah, it does push things. Yeah, it brings up those deep philosophical questions again. Is consciousness fundamental? Panpsychism explores that the idea that consciousness in some form might be present even at very basic levels.
So using think level and pain level kind of leans into that, suggesting reality has layers beyond just the physical and biological.
It could suggest that, yeah. A reality that includes subjective experience as a fundamental layer or level.
Interesting. So is this level concept just descriptive, or can we actually use it as a tool?
Oh, I think we do, implicitly. Think about problem solving. Complex problems like, say, poverty. You look at it on multiple levels. Remember?
Economic level, social level, individual circumstance.
Exactly. You break it down. It's hierarchical thinking. Or understanding a traffic jam. You've got the individual driver level, the traffic flow level, the road network level.
It's abstraction, basically, helping manage complexity.
It really is. And it pops up in learning theory, too, like Bloom's taxonomy. Those are levels of understanding building complexity step by step.
Right. Knowledge, comprehension, application.
Yeah. Imagine if students could see that same kind of level structure across different subjects. It might help connect things, see the underlying patterns. Communication theory does something similar, talking about deeper or shallower levels of understanding.
And we use it casually all the time. Skill level, energy level, economic level.
Totally. It always seems to mean a relative position or a degree of something or a stage in some kind of progression.
So the strength is this potential for unity. Seeing connections.
I think so. It offers a potentially unifying lens across so many different areas. But the danger is always oversimplification, isn't it?
Losing the details, the nuances.
Yeah. You don't want to flatten everything out too much. Each level often has unique properties that matter.
Still, that core idea, viewing things in levels, it does seem to resonate with bigger ideas about interconnectedness, philosophical traditions about oneness or interbeing.
It definitely echoes those themes. And interestingly, some modern physics concepts like quantum entanglement or maybe even the holographic principle hint at a universe that's fundamentally interconnected in ways we're still grappling with.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the learner, your idea of level as a universal descriptor, it actually aligns pretty well with a lot of existing frameworks in science and philosophy.
It really does. It offers this potentially powerful way to see connections, a kind of unified view. But like we said, got to use it with nuance.
Definitely. So here's a final thought for you, the learner. If we consistently try to see everything through this lens as a level, how might that actually change how we tackle problems, how we see our own place in the universe? What completely new connections might suddenly jump out at us? Something to ponder.
Absolutely. Thanks for sparking this fascinating deep dive.